You are on it a little
That's
bit.
fine. I'll be on my computer.
Don't make me laugh. So gross in here. Kitten. Hi, Ashley. I'm going to wait a couple minutes. Can you hear me okay? Yay. Okay, good. So I'm going to wait a couple minutes for people to jump on. Finally got my computer camera working, which is so much better than my phone because our Wi-Fi is absolutely cruddy and it's hard to do DIYs holding a phone up. So I'm going to do this, babe, and then you won't be in the picture. Okay. Ashley says hi.
Hi.
Go like this. Go like this. He's not super thrilled about being on the live video, but anyway, so it's extremely cold in our RV right now, so we basically are living in the bedroom part of the RV, so that's why it looks just ridiculously cluttered back here. Hi, Diane. And we have, hey, Gracie, and we have sheets over our, it looks so gross back here. We have sheets over our windows because it's so cold right now. I guess there's like a crazy wind chill and like a freeze coming through or something, so it's just kind of nuts. So I'll wait just a minute or two. It looks like there's 5 or 6 people. And I want to wait until everybody gets a chance to get on, but I will go ahead and show you guys the ingredients of what we're going to be doing. So I think my cat's sitting on my spray bottle. Hold on. Kitty! What did I do with it now? All right, hold on, guys. Sorry. I just had it. Talk about being unorganized, dude.
It's not next to you.
No. Oh, here it is. Okay. Sorry, guys. So we're going to be doing a fabric refresher spray. So I originally was going to do this with a large spray bottle, but the only spray bottle that I have right now is a clear one. So I wanted to go ahead and just modify it for like a 4-ounce spray bottle like this. This is pretty much like I think like the most common size for stuff like this. And also if we make it in a bigger bottle, then you're gonna have to use it a lot faster. So anyway, you'll want to get a spray bottle about like this, 4-ounce spray bottle. You can get these like on Amazon, maybe Plant Therapy. Trying to think if Plant Therapy sells them. They might. But you're going to want to make sure you get a dark spray bottle. So amber, like the cobalt, the dark green, I think is okay as well. Witch hazel. This is the brand I use. There we go. You can absolutely use rubbing alcohol. I've never tried these sprays with like a grain alcohol, like vodka or anything. I heard they work fine. I've never used it, but oh, thanks, Ashley. Yeah, Bulk Apothecary. They're really good. I've never used like a vodka or like a grain alcohol before, so I don't really know exactly if there's going to be any difference, but I just prefer to use witch hazel because I have it on hand anyway. So there we go for that. You're going to want baking soda. We put our baking soda in little things like this so we can make it just last longer and it's not sitting in a box. So anyway, just regular old baking soda, Arm & Hammer, whatever you want to use. And then, of course, your essential oils. For this particular one, I'm going to be using citrus oils because I feel like in my experience, the citrus oils work really well at like neutralizing odors. I actually started using this particular DIY when we got our RV, and it was previously owned by, we think the person smoked in it before. And it was also sitting kind of basically like in storage in a sense, where all the windows were closed and it was just musty. And so I started using this all over like the carpet and the couch and upholstery and stuff. And it did really well for taking some of those musty, like smoky odors out. And then I also use it on our clothes here because we not only have cats, and I don't know, you tend to get like a cat odor and everything, like a litter odor or something, I don't know. But we also do like campfires outside, and it works really well for like taking out like that smoky campfire smell, because that can get pretty strong. So we'll go ahead and start. If you guys are doing it along with me, just let me know of any questions you have, or if I'm talking too fast or whatnot. But you can also replay this later. So we'll go ahead and get started. Oh, and you're gonna need to get water as well. So we're using bottled water. You can do filtered or distilled water. It tends to make your product last a little bit longer versus just tap water. So we're just doing bottled water because our pipes are frozen and we have no water right now. But you can do filtered water. Like we have like a what's that called? A Brita faucet attachment thing, and I just use that and it works fine. All right, so you're gonna take your 4-ounce bottle. You're going to do 2 ounces, about 2 ounces of witch hazel or the alcohol of your choice, and then 2 ounces of your water. You can definitely use less alcohol or less witch hazel. It really just kind of depends on what your end product is like. When I do it in the big bottles, I definitely don't use, like I have a 16-ounce bottle and I don't use like 8 ounces of alcohol. But anyway, I'm talking too much. So go ahead and get out your essential oils. We're doing lemon, sweet orange, and grapefruit for this. In a 4-ounce, I went on to Plant Therapy's website, and they say for 4 ounces, use about 80 drops of oil. I don't use that much. I don't think it's necessary to use that much, but if you want to follow their recipe, you definitely can. They have a recipe on their blog called Christmas Spirit Room Spray, and they also have lovely linen spray and a sleep spray. And I kind of took those recipes and kind of made it into my own with the citrus oils. So we're going to go ahead and do our oils. So you're going to need 10 drops of each oil. Now, if you don't want to do citrus, I mean, you can really do whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter or make a difference, but ooh, that came out really fast. But that's about 10 drops for orange. Get our grapefruit. These come out so fast. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops. Another really good addition for this, if you want to add lavender to it. It sounds strange, but hold on. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It sounds strange, but for some reason, lavender and the citrus. Thank you, Ashley. Yes. For some reason, lavender combined with citrus makes it almost smell like a creamsicle popsicle. It's amazing. So once you have it, your oils in your bottle, just kind of roll it around a little bit. It's a good idea to smell your oils in the bottle before you add everything so that you can make sure you're kind of getting the scent that you want. And then we're going to go ahead and do our witch hazel. Now, sometimes I'll do like half witch hazel, half rubbing alcohol. Sometimes I'll do, like, for instance, the 2 ounces of witch hazel or like 1.5 ounces of witch hazel and like a tablespoon of rubbing alcohol. The reason why is because not only does the alcohol in the products help mix the oils so that the oils aren't just sitting on top, but it also helps kind of dry the product when you spray it so that it's not just like the wetness sitting on top of your product. Go ahead and do this. That looks about right. Okay, so normally what you're going to want to do, I'm making the entire product right now just to show you guys how to make it. Normally what you're going to want to do is once you add the witch hazel or the alcohol, go ahead and put your top on and let it sit for about an hour. That's going to help bring out not only the scent of your essential oils, but it's going to kind of help everything meld really well. And then you're going to want to just give it a gentle kind of shake or roll it between your hands or whatever so that you can kind of mix it all together and then you can use it. The thing that you'll notice, here, assistant, would you like to hold that? Thank you. Yay for husbands. Go ahead and add your water. Leave, I would say about, if you can see the top, that's probably about what, like an inch from the top. Leave a little bit of space. Now just do this. Now you can absolutely use it just like this with no baking soda. Baking soda is excellent on neutralizing odors and really kind of absorbing any odors that are in your fabric. So depending on what you're using it for, if you just want to freshen up things, then this is perfect. You can use this as room freshening spray or bathroom freshening spray, whatever you want to do. I like adding baking soda because it really, really works. Not only at taking some of the kind of the moisture out, but also for neutralizing the odors as well. So now that you've kind of just invert the bottle a little bit so you can kind of get it kind of melding together, I guess. I'm using about a teaspoon of baking soda for this particular size bottle. You can use, you know, less or more kind of depending on what you want to do. Always start with less, and then if you feel it needs more, you definitely can do, you know, more if you need to. We don't have we've been in the RV since August, and we still don't have everything unpacked because of storage issues. So it's not the most ideal way to show you guys how to do this, but just get a bowl or something and pour, I would say, put in about like a teaspoon of baking soda or so. Once you've got it in, just make sure you can kind of see that it's gone to the bottom. Put your top on and just invert it a little bit. Yes, Gracie, you can use PET bottles. I prefer glass bottles just because, I don't know, I just prefer them. If you prefer plastic bottles, make sure it's PET plastic. Yeah, I don't see any reason why you couldn't do that. Citrus oils are going to be a little bit harder on plastic than other oils. So if you can get a glass bottle, I would definitely recommend that you do that if you're going to be making like a citrus spray. But I've never used a PET bottle. So if any of you out there have, let us know, you know, what you like, what you think about that, and if it works really well. But as long as it's a PET plastic, it should be safe for your essential oils. Just make sure it's a dark bottle so that you kind of keep it away from sunlight and stuff. So it smells really nice. But like I said, when you first spray it, you may smell mainly you may smell like really strong kind of the alcohol, or maybe you won't smell a lot of the essential oil. So like I said, once you put the alcohol or the witch hazel or whatever you choose to use in with the essential oils, before you add the water, just kind of let it hang out for, you know, like an hour. Then add your water, your baking soda, and invert a little bit, and then it should be ready to go. As you kind of let this sit, like as you're using it over, you know, several weeks or whatnot, you'll notice that it'll get a little bit stronger and it'll smell nicer. Right now it smells really, really light, but I do love it. So if you can notice it's a little bit cloudy, that is the way it's supposed to look. So don't get concerned with that. And then right before you use it, just kind of invert your bottle just to kind of let things kind of hang out and melt and kind of meld together. As far as the baking soda, it should, depending on how cold your water is. Our water right now is freezing, so the baking soda probably isn't gonna, I'm trying to look in the light and see. I can't see any in there, but it might settle to the bottom a little bit. So just make sure your baking soda is nice and mixed well, and then you should be good to go. As far as, Gracie, your question, how long should the 4 ounce be kept before discarding? That's a great question. I use it constantly, so I don't really have it just kind of sitting around. That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that question, Gracie. I'm going to be honest. If you guys have any tips or let me know about that, please let me know and tell me. You can keep it in the fridge, that, you know, just to kind of let it kind of last longer. But since we're in a cold environment right now, I don't really do that. I just keep it in a dark space. Yeah, Robin, thank you. You'll know by smell. That's a good tip. Yeah, I don't know, because I use mine so often. We're always outside doing the campfire. And sometimes like we don't have a washer and dryer, so we hand wash and then let things, you know, dry by clothesline. And then like kind of like that musty smell after you use a towel and it's like, and it's air drying. It's not necessarily bad or getting, you know, mold or anything like that, but it kind of just freshens things up a little bit. So, yes, thank you, Robin. That's awesome. She said there's no specific time because temps in our homes will vary. So, yes, Robin, you can use this on your skin and some surfaces too. I particularly put the lemon, grapefruit, and sweet orange into this because Plant Therapy does have those in kid-safe options. So you can use it on your bedding. You can use it, I mean, it's so multi-use. You can use it as like just a room freshening kind of spray just to kind of get odors out of the air. However you want to do it, you can use it with really any essential oils of your choice, depending on what your needs are, whether it's kid safe, pets, and stuff like that. I don't spray my essential oils directly on my surfaces like pet beds and stuff, just because I have cats, and we try really hard not to diffuse directly around them and use a lot of essential oils around them. But it's great for carpets and you know, couches and anything that kind of needs just a freshening up. I was going to say something else and I've already forgotten. Anyway, I've been dealing with no sleep and a headache. So I apologize for not being able to do this sooner, but my husband has helped me get my video going on my computer so I can do this more often. So anyway, yeah, so that's it. Now, if you want to do this in a smaller spray bottle, such as like a 2 ounce, I had one, but I don't know what I do with it. Such as like a 2 ounce, just cut everything in half. If you want to do it in a larger bottle, that's fine. I do like to sometimes do it in my larger bottles. Like I have a large bottle like this that just has like cleaning, you know, stuff in it. You can definitely do it in a large dark bottle, and then, you know, if it's just easier to do it that way, and then, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, guys. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. You can do it in a large bottle and then without doing the essential oils, and then put it into small bottles and then add essential oils so you have different scents. I mean, it's so multi-use and so easy to make and so much cheaper and healthier for you than buying the stuff at the store. I mean, you know, witch hazel is not expensive and a little goes a long way. I've used witch hazel since I was like 13 or something for my face, but now I use it for pretty much everything. So it's pretty fantastic. And like I said, a little goes a long way. This particular brand is Dickinson's. Oh, they're both Dickinson's. Yeah, I have two different bottles. Just make sure that you don't get scented witch hazel or the kind with like aloe or lavender or rose, stuff like that. It is, Robin. It's amazing. Otherwise your spray is gonna smell like whatever's in there. And I just like to do the 100% natural, which you'll see here. These are both the same. You can get these at drugstores. You can get these on the internet. I mean, everywhere, and they're always available. So it's pretty fantastic just to have it around, even just for like a toner on your face. It's pretty awesome. It's good for like minor scrapes and things like that. Yes, I will, Debbie. I'll do that right now. So I'm going to go over the amounts and ingredients again. So you're going to need your 4 ounce bottle, spelled like that. Okay. You're going to need some bottled, filtered, or distilled water. Don't use tap water. It's going to make it helps to make your spray and your scents and your essential oils last a little bit longer. You're going to need your baking soda, just regular old baking soda you get at the grocery store, Arm & Hammer, whatever you need. And then you're going to need your witch hazel, okay, and your essential oils. So what you're going to do is go ahead and take your spray bottle. You're going to add your essential oils first. You're going to do 10 drops of lemon, sweet orange, and grapefruit. And once you put them into the bottle, just kind of like roll it around a little bit and get them to kind of meld, and then smell your product just to make sure that it's your strength that you want and it's the smell that you want. Now, like I had mentioned earlier, Plant Therapy has a recipe for different kinds of sprays, and their dilutions are 80 drops per 4 ounces. I do about 30 drops. That's only because it's not necessary in my personal preference to have it be super, super strong. But if you add the 30 drops and it's not as strong as you like, then you can add more. Just don't go over the 80 drop ratio. Really with essential oils, less is more. So always start low. Even if you're doing dilutions for roller balls or whatever, start really low, and then if you need to add more, you can. So you'll go ahead and put your 30 drops in. It's 10 of grapefruit, 10 of sweet orange, and 10 of lemon. And like I said, just kind of roll it around and make sure it's the scent strength that you want and it's smelling nice, because you don't want to make the whole product and then hate it and then, you know, not be able to use it or throw it out or whatnot. After that, you're going to go ahead and put in 2 ounces of witch hazel or alcohol. You can use witch hazel, you can use rubbing alcohol, you can use half and half, whichever you prefer. You're going to fill up your bottle about halfway, so probably about like that. You're going to fill up the rest of the bottle with water, but make sure to leave about an inch space at the top. So as you can see, you can kind of see there's about an inch space at the top. After you do that, put your top on, and just, you don't ever want to really shake it really, really hard, but just kind of invert it a little bit, roll it around just to make sure that it's kind of melding. It's going to look cloudy. That's normal. That's okay. Don't worry about that. After that, take your top off, add about a teaspoon of baking soda, put your top on, and then just kind of give it a little inversion. And like I had mentioned before, once you add your essential oils and the witch hazel, it'd be good to just kind of let it hang out and set that way for about an hour. You can definitely make the entire product like this and then just put it away for an hour. But basically, the reason you're going to want to do that is because the alcohol in the witch hazel is going to help kind of mesh and meld the essential oils so that it is going to, I don't know, kind of naturally mix everything together for you. After that, give it a spray and see if it's a scent, you know, if it's strong enough or whatnot. When you first spray it, it's not going to smell the same way now that it will, you know, a week from now. So just keep that in mind. Don't automatically just add like a ton of oils, because a week from now it may be so strong that you're not going to enjoy it. So like I said, you know, start low. Thank you, Robin. Start low, and you can always add more oils later. And that's it. And I feel like I've talked so fast, so I apologize, guys. But any questions, any tips, any concerns? Let me know.
No, just wait for questions to come in.
Just wait for questions, yeah. Do you want to entertain them with a dance or a joke or anything? Oh, okay.
Does my hair look gray?
Your hair looks gray, yeah. Funny story. Can I tell them the story of what my Aunt Betty said about it?
Sure.
So, Eric and I, I'll just entertain you guys with funny stories unless you want to ask questions. Eric and I got married 3 years ago, and we were, oh, show you the cats? Where are my cats?
Odin!
Hi, Bebs, come here. I will in a second. Eric and I got married about 3 years ago, and this was before we started doing the RV stuff. So he was a little bit plumper than he is now.
I've lost like 60 pounds.
He's lost
65 pounds.
Yeah, he's lost 60 pounds. I've lost about 20 or so, 25 maybe, just from like getting out and walking and all that stuff. So anyway, he was much more kind of overweight, and I think your hair was a little bit longer, wasn't it? I don't know, but anyway, you went gray pretty early, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started going gray in college. I had gray hair in high school.
So anyway, we went to Indiana probably like 4 months ago or 6 months ago or so. Yeah. And I saw my Aunt Betty, and she came to our wedding in Florida. She's from Indiana. And she was talking about, she was like, Eric, you look so great. And I think she asked you how old you were or something. And then she said, don't be mad at me, but I didn't, you know.
No, she said that before her husband got there, she said something about how she had told him, she had described me to her husband, who had never seen me before, as like tall and overweight.
And she thought he was like 50 or something like that, right? She was like, I thought she was marrying this 50-year-old guy because of his gray hair.
And I'm younger than you.
By like a year. But anyway, that's our funny story. Rain, come here, Bubs.
Rain.
No questions? Wow. Kitty. All right, well, if you guys don't have any questions or tips or anything like that, I'll go ahead and sign off. The cats are being cats. And then go ahead and just keep asking questions after the video is over, and I will try to answer those. And I'm sure some of the mods have some tips and stuff like that as well. Oh, Sheila, good question. What's the benefit of adding baking soda? Baking soda it's not necessary or mandatory in this particular recipe, but baking soda is excellent for like neutralizing odor really, really well. I did it originally without the baking soda, and I feel personally it didn't work as well. So I added the baking soda kind of on a whim, and that was in the beginning when I was using it when we first moved into our RV, and it just neutralizes the odors and kind of just takes the odor out a lot better than without. You definitely don't have to. If you're using this on like your skin, as kind of like a body spray or something, you might want to kind of think about that, because baking soda does irritate some people, but you know, it's not kind of a mandatory thing. It's just something that I've realized works really well for kind of neutralizing odors and stuff. So that's why I do the baking soda, and I think it works pretty well. Thanks, Robin. Thanks, guys, for joining. It was fun. I'm thinking about doing a DIY on lip balms. I know a lot of people, excuse me, already know how to do lip balms, but I thought it would be kind of neat to do a DIY, just kind of step by step on something like that. And if anybody else out there ever wants to do their own DIY video, let us know, and we will see about doing that. And that's it. If you want to see our kitty, I can point my camera towards her, but she is half asleep sitting up, which is normal for her. So come here. Anyway, thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.